Hello all you wonderful people, I'm at Greenbow today. This will be my first trout fishing attempt of the fall of 2024. But I just wanted to show everybody, this is what's going into Greenbow. Look at all this structure. It is crazy. I mean, I don't know where all they're going to put it, but if you're a crappie fisherman or bass, whatever, they are getting ready to load a bunch of different types of cover. They've got pallets, they've got stick-ups, then of course they've got this would be, I guess, the crappie type cover there with the trees and then the little arms coming out of it. So this is really exciting. I'm really curious, and I know they'll mark it on the DNR site where they're putting these things. So there is a bunch of cover to put down. It'll be small in proportion to the lake, but it's going to be something that wasn't there before, so that's exciting. Anyway, I'm getting ready to go out onto the lake. As you can tell from the parking lot, pretty much got it to myself. There was one boat launched and there's another boat out there, and that's really about it. So come on with me, let's see what I catch. Well, this water is gin clear. I mean, I could stand over there at the boat ramp and literally look all the way across and see the weed lines and the weeds all the way to the other bank. I'm used to Greenbow being clear. Today it is crystal clear, so this may be a difficult day, but I'm going to start out trolling, obviously, for the trout. I'm going to throw this little, I think it's a 2-inch Rapala silver countdown, and I want to try something different. I've got a little, it's a 2-inch twisty tail Gulp on an 1/8 ounce Gamakatsu short shank jig head. So it's just a little tiny profile, but it's white. And on clear water, from what I've read, white is what you want. So I'm going to go with silver and I'm going to go with white. And let's just see how these do. I am seeing a ton of random marks all the way from about 6 feet down to the bottom. So I thought I'd go ahead and turn on the troll cam. The tough thing about fishing early in November, it's November, well, middle November, I guess now, good Lord, is all the leaves and crap. So trolling is tough. I'll do the best I can, but there's a ton of just scattered marks, which they stocked the trout about a month ago. So I'm thinking, you know, they should have schooled up some by now, but these are just random and they're just all over the place. So fingers crossed somebody's hungry and they see what I've got. They can't not see it because it's crystal clear. I bet there's probably 20-foot visibility down there. So just a matter of getting one of them to bite. There's leaves everywhere, so this is really going to be a challenging day, you know, but I'm out on the water. I find when I don't get out on the water after a couple weeks, I get kind of grumpy. I mean, I need this. Golly, I need it. Catching fish or not catching fish, I just need to be out. I can watch so much TV and it just gets old. I play Fortnite, which is a lot of fun, but even after a while that gets old. I just got to be out. I've had 3 hits on the Rapala, but nothing to stick. So they're definitely down there. There's a huge school I'm going over right now. But I've had three thumps, but didn't hook anything. So nothing on the Gulp yet, but 3 on the Rapala. More random marks down there around the 20 feet range, 20 to 30 feet. Everything's deep. It's supposed to be cloudy today. It's a blue sky day now. So yeah, I was kind of hoping for cloudy skies. It's gonna be tough for a while, but I've got till dark, so we'll keep fishing. Yeah. It's a violent hit. Cool. Feels like a nice one. We'll see. How about that? Oh shoot, come on. Yay! First trout in the boat. Well, I am keeping for meat today, so there you go. Stop. Well, he got hooked right in the bottom of the jaw. He wasn't going anywhere. Well, that is cool. That's a nice trout. I guess that's about a... That's a pretty trout. I didn't bring my little grippers. Oh well. Shoot. Kind of need those. These things are slimy as crap. Well, he's a beautiful little trout. I wonder how big he is. I'm going to guess he's around 11. Might be less than that. I don't know why I'm doing that. He's going into the going into my cooler. But we'll give him some comfort before he goes. All right. Yeah, he's well, 11 1/4. Very nice. That's a good way to start the day. And on that white gulp. Good deal. He hit that thing and then he hit it again. So there you go. Well, let me get him bled out and I'll get him in the cooler and we'll go for another one. What a beautiful fish. Good start to the day. Thumbs up. Cool. The lake temperature is 58 degrees. So still warm. I mean, warmish. I noticed when I was at the boat dock, I saw 3 bass kind of cruise by, so they're still cruising the shallows. And saw several small bluegill. Didn't see any minnows, but I saw some small bluegill, and like I said, those 3 bass kind of cruised by. So fish are still active right now, but I think we're supposed to get a cold snap coming up here next week, and that's going to change a lot. But I've had hits on both of these since I've been down. I'm down by the dam right now, but I just didn't hook anything. So activity anyway, which is a good thing, but just nothing hooking up. Oh, there's a hit. Tell you, it's just really deep. I mean, I'm going very slow, and I'm letting this thing. It's an 1/8 ounce jig, so it sinks pretty fast. So I'm letting it sink down, then kind of bringing it back up again. I just had a thump. Going over another massive marks of something. There is one. Well, we're about to find out what they are. That's awesome. Just jigging it along. But deep. I'm probably 20 foot deep, I'm guessing. It's a trout. Good deal. Just gotta do what you gotta do to make it work. Alright, well, there's the second one. How cool is that? Just jigging along. Alright, dude. So I can see them on the mark on my fish finder. I've got some friends that love to eat these, so. Oh. He's not huge, but he'll keep. Probably about a 10, 9.5, 10 incher, probably 10 incher. But yeah, he was just sitting down there. Like I say, I see them all on there. So I'm gonna put on that chartreuse and see if that does anything different too. There we go, got him unhooked anyway. Because they'll go deeper than that Rapala's going. And it looks like right now, because of the bright sun, I need something going deep. All right, let me get this feller bled out here. All right, dude. And in the cooler, I should rub my fish grips. But they're slimy little dude. All right, buddy. They're slimy little dudes. Beautiful fish, though. Okay, let me get him bled out, and I'll put on the chartreuse Gulp. I'll show it here in a minute. And I'm going to try those now. Like I say, I've just noticed everything I'm seeing is 20 feet down, sometimes to 15, but usually 20 feet and down. But just massive balls of fish. So I'm gonna go down this way, and I'm gonna come back through here because I couldn't believe how many fish I saw on my sonar. All right, let me get this guy bled out. So I'm gonna let everything sink for a little bit. They're down at about 20 feet. Yeah, and it's thick. All right, let's see if anybody bites. I'm gonna kind of jig this. This is the chartreuse one. I should have shown that. I'll show that to you in a minute. The nice thing about Gulp, when they hit it, they'll keep hitting it because it's got a scent and a texture. So both of those, oh, there was a hit right there. Both of those trout kind of hit and keep hitting it. Yeah, something came up and hit it. There's one right there. Nice. Just got to figure them out. This is on chartreuse. I kind of figured they might like the chartreuse because of that bright color. And my first, I just went over that big old school. Now this also is my ultralight with 4-pound test, so they're not going to see the line very well. But yeah, he just came right up and got that. All right, buddy. Come on. All right, nice. Oh, that's a nice trout. That's probably a 12-incher. He's gotten off there already. What a pretty fish. That's a nice one. That may be 12 inches. These are deep. Like I said, everything I'm seeing right now is 20-ish feet and deeper. And these 1/8 ounce, here, I'll show this real quick. This is what I'm using right now. I've got a white one and a chartreuse one, and he just hit this chartreuse. I just literally tied this on and threw it out. But that's an 1/8 ounce Gamakatsu jig head, so it sinks fast. And like I said, everything I see down there is in the 20 feet range. So I'm letting things sink. And then, as you saw with this one, I was just kind of jigging the rod back and forth. But that's all that is. That's a chartreuse, and it's 2-inch Gulp. I'll show the package here. I'll show the package right here. It's a 2-inch Gulp. I use these a lot, or used to use them a lot. And then I kind of went to the Kayak. But for these trout right now, they are proving to be the thing. So hope that helps. We'll get this guy bled out real quick, and let's try to catch another one. I meant to show how big he was. Let's see real quick. Well, he's 11 3/4, so not quite 12, but I could tell he's a fairly nice sized trout. So, whoa, just about lost him. So I better stop yapping, get him bled out, and get back to trolling. Good deal. All right. Woo. Good. Yeah, and I'm starting to see a lot of random marks around the 20, 25 feet range. 20, 25 feet. It's just a constant string. There's another one on that chartreuse. I haven't even made a full pass yet. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Now I think I'm going to start throwing little ones back. I'm not going to keep if they're little. Oh, that's a crappie. Well, there you go. How about them apples? kind of wondered about that. I will put him in the bag too. How about that? What a pretty crappie. I've told my friends who like to eat fish about crappie, so I'm gonna keep him. I typically would put him back, but what a pretty fish. How about that? So I'm seeing all these, like I said, I'm seeing all of these marks down there. So that tells me something else. Those are crappie, or some of them are crappie anyway. How cool is that? He's not huge. Let's see how big he is. Yeah, he's only 8.5 inches. I'm gonna keep him just for my friends because they wanted to try crappie. I don't know if I catch him more or not, I don't know. So I'm gonna put him in the bag. All right, let me get him bled out and I'll try another one here. I'll tell you what, one more fish on chartreuse and we're going chartreuse for the day. How about a crappie? I haven't caught a crappie out here in probably 2 years. That's awesome. I had 2 hits on this side, just boom, boom. But they didn't get hooked. And I'm still seeing just lots of random marks right now. And I'm guessing these really big masses of fish that I'm seeing are probably crappie. I mean, I don't know how trout school, but now see, here's a big ball. Let me see. You can see that or not, you can see all those fish right there from 15 feet down to 30 feet, and right in that mass, I'm guessing that's crappie. I'll have to see if that shows up when I get home tonight, but I'd just like to let y'all see what I'm seeing. Yeah, there are fish everywhere down this bank. All right, nothing on the white, so let me go back to jigging this chartreuse. Still lots of random marks. I sound like a broken record, I know. Although you all won't hear most of what I'm saying, so it doesn't matter. I'll edit it out. But, golly. Y'all can see that or not? Ball of fish, and that's probably crappie. I think that's how crappie kind of tend to school. They're just clumped together really tight, down around 25 to 35 feet. Back to the fish zone here, so I thought I'd go ahead and turn the camera back on. Holy cow. I hope that shows up. I mean, that is 20 feet down to about 35. There's a hump down there, and it is just covered up with fish. I'm going to guess crappie, but I cannot believe how thick that is. And it's right, you can see it all right there coming off. Now they're thinning out, but here comes some more at the 20 mark. So, good gracious, this is crazy. I keep doing this, I know. How thick that school is right there. It's between, there's about 15 feet down to 30 feet. And it's just solid fish. I'm sure those are crappie. Ah, that's crazy. Makes it fun though. God, it just keeps going. Lots of fish marks, but no fish. That, again, this is on my ultralight. That's a nice trout, I believe. That one hit hard and kept on going. Good deal. This is on the chartreuse again. I think I need to switch out to chartreuse only, because obviously it's preferred. I think this is my, what? Oh man. Ah, crap. Well, let's try for another one. I'm gonna put chartreuse on this one too, because I've had that's at least the 3rd or 4th fish now on chartreuse. So all right, good deal. Figuring it out. It's 3:30, so I've got about 2 hours to keep fishing. Don't like the fall for that reason. It gets dark so freaking early. But anyway, let's keep going. Okay, there are marks around the 15 down to 30 feet range. So chartreuse on both sides now, because that's, like I said, I think that is the third fish that I almost had in the net, but third or fourth, I don't know. Anyway, it's obvious chartreuse has been the winner, so I put it on both sides. And one of the nice things about that Gamakatsu short shank jig head, so it's an 1/8 ounce jig head, so for trolling it does keep them down, but it's a very short hook, so that little 2-inch grub has plenty of action. It doesn't, you know, most jig heads, if you put a 2-inch grub on there, it's going to be all hook. But this still has action, so it really does. If you want to fish with these, I would highly recommend that Gamakatsu short shank jig head. And I'll put it in the description tonight. There's a number, I forget what the number is. So if you want to get some of them, they come in a 5-pack, I believe. And I use them, obviously I use them a lot. But for this kind of trolling with that little tiny jig, it's perfect. Let those sink about 10 feet. There's just a line of fish down there. Oh, man, there's fish. I love this. I can see them here. See all the fish down there. All that red and orange, that's all fish. This feels like a trout. But there's just a ton of them down there. Don't get off, you little turkey. Oh man, I missed him. Daggone it. Shoot. Ah. All right, that's the second one I've let get off. But there's a mass of them down there. All right. Daggone it. I was just a little bit late with my net, and I had him right on the edge of it. Poop. Ah. All right, let me go again here. This ultralight, the one problem with when I'm doing this kind of fishing, it's got fluorocarbon on it, so there's not a ton of stretch, but it's really hard to set the hook because, you know, I've got, I don't know, 20 yards or so, or that'd be 60 feet, yeah, maybe 20 some yards of line out. So when you try and set the hook, you just don't get a really good hook set sometimes. And it's still fun. And, you know, like I said, I've caught some fish already, so it's been a good day. But I like laying a few more. I like to get my limit. Limit is 8 on regular lakes in Kentucky. It's 6 on the Finns Lake. Finns Lake are those neighborhood lakes where they stock the trout for the winter. I think the limit there is 6, but for Greenbow and all the regular lakes where they stock them, it's 8. So I've still got a ways to go, but I'd only be 3 away right now if I'd landed those other 2, but that's all right. I want to try and keep this in my hand because I can set the hook better if I've got it, you know, and I feel the fish hit, I can go ahead and set the hook, and that may help maybe land another 2 or 3 fish, I hope. We shall see. Oh, there was a hit on that side. Thump thump. And, oh shoot, there's a hit there. All right, got hit on both sides. Oh, shoot, there was another hit on that side. Nope. Fish on both sides here. Dang. I'm getting bumped. Let's sink back there a little bit. No doubt about the bumps. Those might be those small crappie again. Oh, no, I think that was me. Okay, another bite. Gosh dang it. Come on, man. There's another hit. Let it sink a little bit. If I weren't holding this, I wouldn't know all that, but I mean, I'm getting bump, bump, bump. I'm going to guess those crappie. Now let's see if we can get this one in the boat. I need to get my longer handled net. I've been saying that now for a while. No, don't jump. Darn you. All right. Woo! Down there, buddy. Shoo! All right, I think that's number 4. Good deal. He's about a 10-incher. Not too bad. Oh, he's off the hook. If you're going to fish for trout, you definitely want a net. That is faux show. Let me go ahead and... All right, bud. He's a happy camper, I guess. Let me reel this one in so I don't get it under my... You got to watch for these pedal drives. If you're not paying attention, you'll end up winding your braid up in your drive. I've done that a few times, and it's not a good thing. You know, you got to take your propeller off and fix it, so no big deal. All right, let's see what this guy looks like. All right, now, oop, 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 oop. Yeah, he might be 11. Let's see. I've got a board. Let's just measure him and see. Oh. And in case you're wondering, he came off, the hook came out, so I just have a fish flopping in the net who is slimy as crap. Let's see here. Now 10.5, so a nice 10.5-inch trout. There you go. All right, buddy. Well, your fate is sealed. In case anybody wonders, these are a put and take resource, which basically means they're not going to spawn. They're put here to catch and eat. So some folks may get upset that I'm keeping fish. I don't keep very many because I just, to be honest with you, don't like freshwater fish that much. I do like crappie, walleye, perch, that kind of stuff, but not big on bass, not big on bluegill. But trout I keep for friends who like to eat them. So let's... Pretty little guy, let's get him bled out, and I will get these chartreuse grubs back out. Good deal. Here's what I mean by a short shank hook. You can see how short that hook looks because it's picking it up. You can see how little that hook is compared to the size. That's an 1/8 ounce jig head, so it's perfect for these small 2-inch gulp. So I can run it on there. It doesn't take much of the bait to do it right. And then you can see how perfect that is for that jig. And there's plenty of hook and there's plenty of room for that little tail to have room. Now, a normal size jig head would come out way down here. So they're perfect. If you want to try and fish these, I would definitely recommend getting the short shank hooks. And I'm not sponsored by Gamakatsu because I'm not sponsored by anybody. But anyway, who cares? It's having fun. It's funny, I'm out in the literal middle of the lake where I don't know that a lot of people even fish. But these trout are just they're dispersed throughout the whole lake. And a lot of times I think they stick to the really deep water because bass will definitely eat them. You're talking about a little 8, 9, 10-inch tube of meat, which is what a trout would be to a bass. I think they're probably growing some big bass in here. I haven't caught anything bigger than 16 inches so far, but I guarantee you there's some monsters in here. And the trout are helping. Shoot, turned it off. There's fish. I'm on that one point where all these fish seem to be stacking up. I don't know what they are. Don't give them slack. There's another one. There's another trout. All right. Whew. Oh, it is so much fun to be able to come out on November, I don't know, it's 15, 6, somewhere in the middle of November, and I'm still catching fish in Kentucky. Ah, it's freaking awesome. And that's again on that chartreuse. That chartreuse, Gulp 2-inch minnow, what's it called? He got off there. 2-inch Gulp minnow grub chartreuse. That's been the key. I've caught one on a white one and everything else has been on chartreuse. All right, well, let me get this fella bled out, get him in the cooler, and it is 4:40, which means I probably have an hour to fish. He looks like another almost 10-incher probably. Well, heck, I'm just measuring. Sitting here, I've got my board. He is 10 3/4, well, 10 1/2, so 10 1/2 inches. There you go. That's not a bad size for greenbow. They don't stock big ones here, but they can winter, or well, summer over, I guess be the opposite for them. They can summer over here. So I've caught, my biggest so far has been 13 inches. And they do stock brown trout, but I've only caught, I think, 2 of those. Anyway, this guy, yeah, another 10 1/2 incher. We will get him bled out, and we will keep trolling in. I guess I'm going to have to start working my way back to the marina. Okay, well, it's another one in the boat, which is a good deal. Just keep seeing marks down here. He's like, ah, come on, baby, one more. There it is. Don't get off. Oh man, felt him shake his head and he got off. I think, let's see. Yeah, he's off. Daggone. Oh, my tail's just a dangling there. Shoot. Well, that would have been 6 in the boat if I had him. Dang, there was a bunch of marks down there. Just missed him again. All right, let me try again. The sun's going down, so I'm heading back toward the boat ramp. It is 4:53, which probably means I have about 30 minutes of sun left. So I'll go until it's dark. That's all I can do. One thing I'm noticing as the sun is going down, they're coming up from the 30 feet range into the 15 feet range. So a little more catchable, I guess. There's several marks here that are in the 15 to 20 foot range, and then some deeper, but they're starting to come up a little bit as the sun's going down. Yeah, just expect gin clear water if you come to Greenbow to fish for trout. And it is interesting, I've caught almost all the trout today on my ultralight with 4-pound test line, so I may tell you they're able to see the line. I don't know. I mean, I caught one over there on the that's got a 10-pound leader on 10-pound braid. Well, I think I've missed a limit. I've had, I think, at least 3 get off. So I believe if I've counted right, I have 5 in the cooler along with the little crappie. So not a bad day in November in Kentucky. I'll take it. One thing real quick I forgot to mention, if you fish with Gulp, just know that they're not your typical soft plastic. They are almost like a water-based type plastic. I don't know if that makes sense or not. But they're very soft and they're stored in a liquid. And if you use them and you just let them sit out in the sun, or you don't keep them in water, they will dry up kind of like a night crawler does on your hook over time. And they're really hard to get off. So if you decide to try this Gulp, either the chartreuse or the white, or any gulp, just know that if you don't keep them in liquid, they will harden up like an old night crawler, and you have to take a knife almost and cut them off your hook. So just hope that helps. I wanted to let you know, if you haven't ever fished with gulp, that's just something a little different about this type of a bait. Hope that helps. Well, I'm going to wrap this up. It's been a great first trip for trout at Greenbow. I've caught, I think I have 5 in the cooler, and a little crappie as a bonus. So I love it. It's November, I want to say 15th, 16th, somewhere in the middle part of November. And you're able to catch fish thanks to the DNR and their stocking of trout. So if you are close to a Finn's Lake, which is a neighborhood lake that they stock, know you can fish year-round for trout. And then they stock trout, of course, here. They stock them in Paintsville tailwaters. In fact, a lot of the local tailwaters around the Ashland area have trout stock. Yatesville gets trout, Grayson gets trout, of course Paintsville gets trout. They're really in the tailwater here. So just know that you've got the opportunity to fish for trout at several different lakes if you want to do that. And they bite all the way through, well, they bite all the way through next year. So I want to say thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Good day. There's the last one of the day. It's been going over tons of marks. That'll put me on an even. That is awesome. Cannot give him any slack. That's a nice one. Oh yeah, very nice. And that bait came out of his mouth. That's, oh gosh, that's a nice trout. Holy crap. That is a solid 12. Whoa, whoa, dude. Whoa, 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 whoa. Might be a 13-incher. Did he? Oh, he's still hooked. All right. Cool. That is probably a holdover, which means the meat, when I clean it tonight, will be kind of an orange color. There's a, I think it's called keratin in bug carapaces that bugs and shrimps and stuff like that. Well, good God, man, he's got this net all screwed up. Would you stop? Man, I hooked him right in the top of his mouth. Ah, finally. Lord. Let's get this guy measured. That's a nice trout. I don't know what I'm doing. It's just habit. That might be 13 inches. That's a big trout. That, if that is, that's a holdover. Heck yeah, man. That is a 13-inch rainbow trout out of Greenbow Lake. 13 inches. That's how you close out a video. Well, that's right up there with my biggest trout ever. All right, bud. I am going to say thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Woohoo!